Monday. Welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, even leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Anthony Totri.
There you are.
Joined as always by Shaun DePaz, Shane Diefenbach. Happy Monday. Notifications.
Yeah, we are. Can we try that again?
Yeah.
What's happening? What is that called? Ooh, didn't like that.
It's like a little wave. It's like a little wave.
Totri, I like your shirt today.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
This shirt gets worn once every few weeks. It has to. It's my favorite shirt I own, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd you get it?
Where did I get it?
Yeah.
Got it from Raw Gear. Yeah. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like in every mall there's a Raw and then there's a King and Duck right next to each other.
Never heard of literally either of those things. King and Duck?
Mm-hmm.
You never heard of... Well, you've heard the words, right?
I have heard the words both King and Duck. They're both NHL franchises.
Wow.
But there's S's on the end, right? Kings, Ducks.
Yeah. Well, there's a King.
Okay.
What about a King Duck? That would be crazy.
What's crazier, a King Duck or a Duck King?
A Duck King.
They're different.
How?
One is a Duck King.
Yeah,
right?
a king duck implies that it is the
king of ducks.
The king of ducks. A
Yeah.
duck king implies that
king
it's a king.
Rules over humans.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's a duck.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Such a crazy...
Where would that happen?
Oregon.
That's a good one.
Eugene
Sean
specifically.
he's
quick with it today. He's quick with it
He's usually
today.
quick with it.
Well, let's see if he's quick with his opinions, too, because we got a lot to talk about in terms of ASU football. The big news today at Aguano's press conference was that quarterback Emory Jones has cleared protocol. He will be the team's starting quarterback moving forward. However, Aguano said that he would not be scared to pull the trigger on Bourget if it gives the team the best chance to win games, which if you go to ASU Twitter, my God, there's a lot of fans that already believe that Bourget
Sun Devil fans
is the
overreacting? No, never.
Yeah, but the team gave him a reason to overreact.
Yeah.
So
Still an overreaction.
Yeah. I mean, this is what we expected.
Yeah.
And this is what I think is best for the team.
Yep.
People on Twitter, and ourselves included,
them Twitter folk.
are not at
Them
practice
tweeters.
closed sessions every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Nor were they at practice during 11-on-11 periods over spring ball, where most of what they saw made them choose Emory Jones as the starting quarterback. That has not changed.
Anybody with eyes would have told you in
everything
spring.
that we saw in the fall suggested that Emory should be the
Trent
starting
Bourget
quarterback.
is serviceable for sure. It is.
He is Case Keenum. He's Mitch Trubisky.
See, that's not where I wanted to go, but you're taking the words out of my mouth.
Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say it's system, but the game plan was good against Washington.
I mean, it's like Case Keenum, Mitchell Trubisky. It's a guy where if your quarterback gets hurt, it's like Cooper Rush. You're fairly confident.
Cooper Rush, the defense won them those games. Cooper Rush didn't do anything outside.
Okay, whatever. But you're fairly confident. My point is, it's a backup, but you're fairly confident if you need him to. He can. I mean, college football is a little different because you lose one game and it completely alters your season. But like he can stay the course a little bit.
Yeah, he can Cooper Rush it.
But as soon as the starter comes back, like Cooper Rush, for example, if that comes back and you're like, yeah, we're going to start Cooper Rush, I feel pretty confident that that's going to be the worst performance of Cooper Rush's career.
It's also what you see oftentimes in the NFL when a starting quarterback gets injured halfway through the game and the backup comes in the third quarter and lights it up, and everyone's like, whoa, he's been. But then the starting quarterback's out for another week. And you're expecting the same display, and it's not because he gets game planned against.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said about Bourget. There's no game plan for him.
There's a completely different type of quarterback, a different style, different tendencies, different everything. Emory Jones is not what Trent Bourget is as a quarterback. Trent Bourget was a pocket passer.
Yeah, exactly.
and he was a great pocket passer. But now, I mean, if a team game plans for him, I don't think it would go as well. But we'll see.
Well, yeah, you don't have to respect the quarterback running as much when Bourget is the quarterback.
That's almost why I wish they would have held on to this and just kind of played it out a little bit more into the week.
Quarterback set? Anybody?
We'll get into that, but just if Aguano, because that was a question today. To
Leon Marchand.
You sounded like an Italian guy who just finished a pasta.
I sounded Italian. It was French.
No, that sounded Italian.
I literally said Leon Marchand.
Oh yeah, you went French with the French name there.
No.
Have you watched Beauty and the Beast?
Not in a long time.
Lumiere?
When was the last time you watched Beauty and the Beast?
I watched the live action one of it like less than a month ago. The actual one, it's probably within the last year.
You know what would be awesome if everybody on Twitter was like this? Aguano sounded confident with the decision to name Emory the starter. I trust that he will handle this quarterback situation correctly. If every single person on Twitter would talk like that, can you imagine?
That'd be crazy.
I disagree with your point, but that's okay because we are still friends.
Okay, man. Okay, why not? No, going off the two quarterback set, or actually before we get to that, back to what I was saying earlier, is I wish he would have. Really?
Yeah. What are we doing here?
Shane's just being Shane.
I'm predicting a Totri and I argument because I feel like he is.
Oh no.
Using a word incorrectly.
Let's get into that. I wish that Aguano wouldn't have named the starting quarterback on Monday. That he would have waited until game time, and whoever rolled out there simply for game planning perspective.
I agree.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but also he was asked in practice. He's not going to lie.
No, but he doesn't have to lie.
He could lie. Nick Saban did it.
Yeah.
I only wish that.
To lie.
I only wish that if I would have liked that if Bourguet was going to be the starter, and you're like Saban did with Bryce Young, where he's like, he's our starter. Then you get there and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, it's the backup. Because then it's like you get Bourguet in a similar situation where team's been planning all week for a running quarterback, and then all of a sudden they get Bourguet.
Maybe that's what they're doing.
Yeah, true. I mean, fair enough. I guess we'll see on Saturday.
That'd be crazy. Going back to the two quarterback set, and this is where you're going to get into the argument.
Yes.
Not necessarily in here. It's not a two quarterback set, two quarterback system.
Okay.
In terms of
exactly the
he was asked about how comfortable he would be using two quarterbacks throughout the game. He shut that down almost immediately.
You have two quarterbacks, you have none.
He just
two quarterback set.
Two quarterback set is a different situation.
It doesn't allow either quarterback to really get into a rhythm, which I think both of these quarterbacks to succeed need to get into a rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, you saw, again, such a unique situation with Bourguet, but you saw Bourguet immediately hit a rhythm, but that was because the first play was a touchdown, and all he had to do was hand the ball off. Look, it would be really nice if that was the first play of every Emory Jones drive or every Emory Jones start was just a handoff that was a house call. It'd be great because then you get more confident. The offense would be way more confident. The defense would have to load the box more.
It would also be
and
nice
then it opens up the passing game.
It would also be nice if Emory started his drives at the
opponent's
20-yard line.
Exactly. That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice. How short of a leash do you think Emory has going forward?
Not short.
You don't think it's short?
I think it's shorter, but it's not short.
No.
Like, I mean, if he throws 3 interceptions in the first half, okay, you might see Bourguet start the second half.
Even if he doesn't, even if he throws maybe 1 and you're down by 10 to Stanford, maybe I could see it.
Yeah, I think it's just it's going to be the
not
vibes.
Short.
Like, if it's 1 interception that was like, went off the receiver's hands and all of a sudden it was returned for a pick 6, but otherwise things are going well, like, that's probably not going to do it. But if he's just clearly like he overthrows guys and these 2 picks. Then,
was Emory Jones 7 for 9?
7 for 9,
90 yards passing?
80-some yards passing with like 80-some.
His stats weren't bad necessarily. Well, they weren't bad. I think people are bypassing what he did do in that game.
Same.
Jacob in the chat, Aguano has changed me.
Same.
He's changed a lot of ASU fans, honestly.
He's changed former players.
They seem a little bit more hopeful.
Like, are they going to say hip?
No, ASU fans I've
also
never been hip.
Cooler than when they were with Herm.
Mm-hmm. The fans or Aguano?
Just by association, everybody. I mean, you went from old man Herm to cool man Aguano.
Old man Herm.
Cool man Aguano.
What do you think Herm's doing right this second?
I'm working on derm with Herm.
Is this like a dermatology?
Yeah, remember?
Currently negotiating his contract for... You don't remember the Derm with Herm?
You were like, "That's a great idea. I want that." You were so adamant.
No, I believe you. I just don't remember.
On my 10 things list, he becomes an Instagram influencer.
No,
that's fucking offensive.
I just forget a lot of shit, dude. I just forget a lot of stuff.
That's offensive.
How?
This conversation we had last week.
This was not last week. This was like almost
before the USC.
This was a month ago.
It was nearly a month ago at this point.
It was.
because it was after Herm got fired.
You don't remember that one conversation we had that one time?
No, I mean, you should remember it, but it was...
Because I wouldn't expect you to remember it if we just glossed by it, but like you were so like...
It was a whole
so
it was a whole
awesome.
segment. It was the end of the segment, yeah.
Okay.
No, that's probably something you should remember, Toastry. That's on you.
What do you think he's doing, Shaun?
I think he's currently negotiating like a 10-year, $500 million contract
With
to
Fox.
work at ESPN or Fox, yeah, something like that.
So
Valley Sports, maybe?
What do you think he's doing?
I think he is at a courthouse trying to get a middle name. That's what I'm going with.
True.
Or he's on his way to Four Peaks, which all you guys should be too, because Four Peaks is the place to be. Guys, last weekend, we had the ASU hockey takeover with our very first stop before we got to Mullett Arena at Four Peaks.
Mm-hmm.
We had a taco bar.
Mm-hmm.
We had some drinks.
Mm-hmm.
What was the best part, Shaun?
Well, it definitely wasn't cornhole because Max kicked my ass. I mean, honestly, it was talking to everybody. There's a bunch of people that I had known. I saw PD's son, who was a fun person to talk to.
Coach Evan B in the chat. What's up?
There was Caleb, an active member of the PHNX Coyotes community was there, and he and I have a long-standing beef. It's a friendly beef, but it's a long-standing beef. He's currently winning the beef. So
He's winning.
not much I
beef?
can say about it, but it's fun to have a friendly
How does
beef.
one win beef?
Well, we had a standoff. We were both trying to walk through the same walkway. I was trying to go to the bathroom. He was trying to come back into our little area.
Does he know you have this beef?
Yeah. No, he apologizes to me every time he sees me because he thinks he's being too mean to me. He was trying to go in. I was trying to go in. We were both trying to let the other go first, be polite. So we just had a standoff, and we stood there and looked at each other for a while to let the other one. I had to go to the bathroom, so eventually I conceded. Hence him winning the beef. No, but honestly, to answer your question, it was hanging out with everybody, seeing everybody.
Yeah,
It was
putting
an awesome
names to Discord.
time. Yeah.
Or
100%.
putting faces to Discord names.
Yep.
Really cool.
Yeah. Look, guys, we're going to have plenty more events at Four Peaks. I believe we have a Suns takeover
We
at
do.
some point.
November
too, right?
4th.
November
I wanna say.
4th,
Yeah.
5 p.m.
Look, guys, I don't know if the tickets have dropped for that, though, yet. Have they?
I think they
just dropped?
I think they may have just. Let me go to the gophnx.com.
Look, go check it out.
Oh,
but-
wait, yeah, it's not at Four Peaks, though.
It is not at Four Peaks, yeah.
Well, still, go to Four Peaks.
You can drink Four Peaks at the takeover, though.
There you go.
Yeah.
You could drink.
There's the connection.
You can drink Four Peaks almost anywhere.
And in
Yeah,
Arizona,
well,
honestly.
and
let's
in the
make it-
Southwest.
yeah. If you're like maybe on Bourbon Street, you can drink it anywhere.
Ooh.
But like you're not allowed to just like we can't.
Well, yes. You know what I'm talking
I
about.
know.
You can get
Yeah.
Four Peaks just about anywhere you can get beer.
Yeah,
There you go.
but
Look,
drink
in the
it
Southwest.
within
Then drink it.
parameters you're allowed to.
I mean,
yeah, so you
drink it
do got to be
responsibly.
21 or older and enjoy responsibly, guys. There's the details for the takeover.
They got
Go
Four
get
Peaks
your
beer
tickets.
at Ainsworth.
$75 for all that is kind of crazy.
I mean, you're getting to see Dame live and in person.
Yeah,
I didn't. That,
Before he's traded midway through the season in the Suns.
yeah,
That's
I've
crazy.
seen Dame. The only Suns game I've been to in person was against the Trailblazers, and they smacked the Trailblazers. So hopefully, we get a little bit of that again in the fourth.
Okay, well, let's continue to talk about Aguano for a second here because he had kind of a little bit of a viral moment where there's been former ASU players that have tweeted out just how much they're rooting for Aguano to get that full-time job because what he's kind of done off the field. He's started to call players every week, just letting them know that they're welcome back at ASU, which sounds like a very easy thing to do. It sounds like something you shouldn't necessarily have to do, but it's something that he's kind of gone out of his way and he's almost made it a staple of his time so far in Tempe. This is the full video, though, of what he had to say in terms of reaching out to former players.
You know, I spend a few hours every day trying to reach out to the alumni, and there's a broad base of alumni. To me, in building a successful football team, you need everybody. You need administration on your side and backing you. You need the community. You need everybody to make it all work. For me, knowing the alumni and how important it is for them being a Sun Devil, that just plays a part in it. I want to make sure that they are invited to all of our football games, any practice that they come, any events, so they're a part of that Sun Devil for life mentality. And so me just reaching out to them is just letting them know that they're welcome back in their own home and they're welcome at any time. And so it's not a ploy for anything. It's just they need to make sure that they're comfortable and happy with what we're doing with their program, and it is their program too. And so I'm just reaching out and letting them know that I understand where it has been in the past, and I want to make sure that they feel comfortable with our program now.
I'm getting it. Hello? It's Aguano.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you say?
That wasn't Aguano.
Incredibly confusing for the audio.
I'm like,
listeners.
damn, what's happening?
No, but genuinely the idea of, as you said, it seems easy to do, but somebody that, you haven't either heard from in a while or you didn't even meet.
Yeah.
Calling you and saying this and it's not like a sales pitch like, hey, like I want this job. But he's such a genuine dude that there's no way that anybody can see anything different than what he's actually saying on the phone. Like he's just he's so genuine about everything he does, and where he's taking this program can be somewhere special because the culture, it's the culture thing again, guys. Like they just don't have it. They don't have it, and he's building it.
That's what's interesting to me is when Herm got here, or even when Todd got here, there wasn't ever, and I can't really remember a time when any ASU coach like had gotten hired where they've come in and it hasn't been all football right off the bat, right? Which people can look at, I think, one side and be like, well, like he's the head football coach, like it should be all football. Okay, well, like sometimes when you year after year after year of going 7-5 or 6-6 or whatever, there's got to be a point where you look in the mirror and be like, this is not working. Something needs to change. Something needs to give. So what Aguano has done in the short period of time that he has been the interim coach, it feels literally like he is tearing down the walls and slowly starting to rebuild or just build something that wasn't there.
Just build something.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what like Shane mentioned, like it's something that should be easy. And I mean, because it is easy. Like it does not take much to just get on the phone
person
and call these people. But a lot of times you get head coaches that just don't do those small things. Like they don't think it's their job or it's not something they think of. But I mean, it's been pretty clear that Aguano's whole approach to this is like, let's set up the foundation for a successful program. Let's get the alumni on board. Let's recruit in state. That's how you can be successful, and you could expand upon that.
Yeah.
Do you guys call people? You guys talk on the phone often?
Not often.
Not often.
But if I'm
a big phone call guy.
I hate phone call guys, which is crazy because your phone's broken.
What?
Your phone's broken?
Like how you have to call, how you talk to people on the phone.
That's just how I do it.
Oh, I thought you said your phone was broken.
It's like a little bit. Like I can sometimes barely.
But it's more personal.
But it's more personal. It's more personable, and the biggest thing is like, can you just like, it's hard to put ourselves in the situation because we're not former athletes. We're not.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Shaun and I are fucking.
I really knew you were going to say that.
Technically, I was considered a Division I athlete by Syracuse University.
We're not former Division I. We're not former Division I football players.
Okay,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, okay, I'll carry on.
But like getting a phone call from somebody that was a big part of your life before, or even if they weren't, but getting a phone call from somebody that's a big part of your life that you weren't expecting to hear from, maybe you don't even have their phone number, and talking to them like a former player seeing a number they don't recognize and realizing that it's Shaun Aguano, the new head coach of ASU football, even if you weren't part of the program when he was there. I feel like that just really means something, and means something that we can't really explain.
Coach Evan B in the chat saying former ASU football players that felt disrespected by ASU by them not being invited back or anything. I think, again, this is something that it sounds easy, and it's something that I don't think anybody would have blamed Aguano if he was like, you know what, if I get the job, then this is something I'd like to do. But as the interim coach, to go out and do it, try and extend that relationship, is almost more impressive with the fact that he's just trying to get this relationship out there between the alumni and the football program, whether he's here or not.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely is and has to operate as if like he is the full-time head coach, because doing anything less is doing a disservice to himself and everyone else. But at the end of the day, he also understands that he does not have this job, and he is okay. And it goes back to how much he cares about the state and the university and everything, this program. He is okay with the idea that he is going to put in all this work to make this program better and then possibly not see the rewards from it.
Yeah.
And I think that, again, says a lot about who he is as a person. And like I said, how much he cares about the program. And that's why I still am of the opinion that he should get this job, because you cannot fake the way he cares about this program. And I don't think there's anyone that you're going to find that cares about it the way he does.
And it does things like this, like Jacob says in the chat. I hope as long as we win these next 2 games that the fans fill up Sun Devil Stadium versus UCLA. He deserves to have a crowd of 50,000 plus behind him. It doesn't only mean a lot to the former players and people that are part of the program, but also just alumni and people that have cheered for these players that he has been contacted. Like, it just shows that the player that you cared about in the mid 2000s, so does the head coach of,
and he doesn't
current
have
football.
to.
Doesn't have to.
And I mean, the thing with ASU's alumni base is like, it's not like, in terms of like ASU former football players, like it's not Texas or Alabama. Like, it's not a massive whatever. But there are a number of alumni that are very vocal alumni, and that, like, if you follow Sun Devil athletic, if you follow Sun Devil football, you hear their opinions about things. And
whether
having
you want
those
to or not.
Yeah, and having those people, because I mean, that was kind of the thing with Herm, is you saw people who were anti-Herm and made those opinions clear. And when that's happening, it's hard to build.
They were literally shunned.
Yeah, like, it's hard to build a program where everyone is bought in, because you have, like you said, you have these players that you one time were a huge fan of, and now they're being like, well, this program's not worth shit. The way this program
He's probably been the most outspoken about it.
Yeah, the way this program's being run is not the way it should be run, blah, blah, blah. And if you're sitting there as a fan, you're like, well, the reason I love this team is because of this player. And now they're telling me this. How am I supposed to feel about it? If you can get those people bought in, again, you get the state bought in, you get people, you're recruiting from the state.
Jalen Strong's like the litmus test.
Yeah. You get those people bought in.
Him bought in, you can get anybody bought in.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Oh. Brian's probably a few people you can't get bought in.
Jetfish, is he bought into?
He's bought into our show.
He's bought into the show for sure. I do want to talk about something that doesn't have to do with ASU football for a quick second. Okay. I want to talk about more furniture, because we were sitting in that office when you were in the other office. And Shaun made an interesting statement.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Would you care to elaborate?
I just said that I would tattoo.
I was in here when he said that.
Yeah, but we had the conversation.
Well, you had that conversation here?
Yeah.
See, I'm very forgetful, man.
I don't know if he was here when
Too many concussions.
He wasn't in the room when
concussions.
we had the conversation. He walked into the room right before the show. He walked in from over there. It was just the 3 of us. Anyways, I said that because the furniture is so comfortable here, I would tattoo MOR period, which is their name. No E on the more. I would tattoo MOR on my body for free more furniture, because it's that comfortable, and I would like to have it in my house. I already have some, obviously, in my house, but
a nice couch would go along
to have the entire thing head to toe more furniture, I would sell my body.
So you would get it. You would straight up get it. Okay. You would tattoo just more or more furniture?
Just more, because there's going to be, I mean, like, I love more, but there's going to need to be a point where I'm able to explain it.
Well, I feel it explains itself if you get the whole furniture part.
Yeah.
What if they come back with a counter offer?
You've ruined this for me, because we could have just kept going where I was like, I'm just going to tattoo MOR, and you're like, well, you're not that dedicated.
Now I'm here. Now I'm here for it.
We're going to restart.
Like, how much do you really love our sponsor?
More furniture. I love you so much. I'm willing to tattoo MOR, nothing more, nothing less, on my body for free, more furniture.
Okay. Well, you guys at home don't have to do that.
No.
Okay. You guys can literally just go to morefurniture.com, check out More Furniture's fall sale. And look, you're going to receive a $100 gift card for every $1,000 you spend. Go check it out. Shaun was mentioning it earlier. The furniture that they've got is really, really comfortable and incredible stuff. Again, check them out, morefurniture.com. All right. From the field to Mullett Arena, boys. Let's talk Sun Devil hockey for a second, because we got to. When we were there for night one, they looked real good. Or they didn't look amazing, but they looked good enough to beat Colgate. They looked like there was a lot of potential there. We're like, okay, we're leaving happy. This team has got, they got something. They got the juice. And then the next day they lose to Colgate 4-0.
4-0.
You can't lose to Colgate 4-0.
You can't lose to Colgate 4-0. They're not supposed to be as good of a team as ASU. Listen,
what is it about day twos or game twos in a 2-game series for the Sun Devils that they just can't get over that hump?
I just don't think they are as deep as they had hoped they were going to be. It does kind of seem like that first line of Sillinger, Master Simone, and Doan, that first D pair of Timmy Lovell and Ty Murchison, and then obviously TJ Somethingfelter. Like, they're very good.
Yeah.
You get past them, it just does, like, the production is, I mean, which is obvious, right? Like, they're the first line, but you get past them, the production is not the same. And then you get to a second night where they just obviously, especially in this series where the first night was so emotional. Like, there was so much going on like that. It's an exhausting night. They just don't necessarily have the depth to keep to repeat those performances. I mean, it's now 3 weekends into this season, a consistent theme where TJ has given up more goals in the second night all 3 weekends.
Yeah.
That's a concerning pattern. So yeah, it just doesn't seem like they necessarily have the depth. Like, I think what makes ASU better than a lot of schools is that first line. It's how talented Doan.
Their first line is
Mastro
extremely talented.
You get past that, it becomes a lot more equitable.
Can I make things worse? 3 of the 4 goals came when the first line was on the ice.
That can't happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, that can't happen.
What do you think, Shane? Like, does the emotion play into that 4-0 loss?
Hockey's weird, man. So, like, it is. There's a reason why in the NHL playoffs you see way more parity than any other sport. There's a reason why series have been swung after it's 3-0. There's a reason why that's happened in hockey and not a lot of other sports, because of how the game is. It just, the puck bounces the wrong way sometimes. Doan, Master Simone, and Sillinger combined had 11 shots on goal. Nothing went in.
Yeah.
The goalie for Colgate was standing on his head, 30 saves. Obviously, no goals allowed. But the -3 for that first line is not good.
But the first D pair is only -1. So that's where the real problem comes in is the defensive depth.
It also might be aggression. First home series, you might be getting too far out in front of yourself.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a lot. It's a point that it's something that Petey and I had discussed, is like that first game, they tried to do too much.
Yeah.
And especially that first line is talented enough where they can get away with that sometimes, but you can't. That's not a winning formula. You're not going to consistently win when you're trying to do too much or trying to make an extra pass, trying to get a little fancy with it.
I would love to see the comparison of the time of that first line attacking compared from night 1 to night 2, because it felt like the entire time they were on the ice, they were in Colgate's defensive zone. It felt like the entire night when that first line was on, because they were forechecking. There was so much aggression. The pucks were bouncing the right way, complete control. I wonder if in this game, they spent more time defending than they were attacking.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good question. ASU had 3 power plays and went 0 for on their power play again. That's another problem.
0 for 7 now?
In this series, I believe so. Yeah, like that line is supposed to be your power play line is supposed to be your moneymaker. Yeah. You have that entire first line. You have Ty Murchison out there, and then you add I forget who the 5th person on that line is, but like that's supposed to be your thing. And then also, how many power plays Colgate had in that game? 6.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they only went 1 for 6, but that also can't happen. Like, they're not putting themselves in a position to succeed, and they're relying too heavily on TJ,
who had 38 saves
exactly.
in that
exactly. This team is clearly not good enough. It's the same thing that happened last
34.
year. Their defense is not good, and their defending is not good enough for them to win games with subpar goaltending.
There's 38 shots on goal, 4 goals against.
That's ASU's fault.
It's just it's going to get tougher as the season goes on, right? Because we've talked about
these were your 2 games that you needed to get right.
Yeah, like they've set themselves up with a just ridiculous schedule, which I think going into the season, everybody thought that this team, Sean's upset.
No, I just also realized this 2 straight games where they had a game misconduct penalty as well.
Yeah, was this Copper?
Yeah.
Like, there's certain things that you can't afford, and from a discipline perspective, right? Like we saw it on night 1 at Mullett, but at what point is it going to take the turn of this team is talented enough to actually make noise, or is that it? Is this a team that's not going to get there?
I think your blinker's on. I think you're about to turn. And I don't know if it's this year or next year, but you're in the right direction. You're in the right lane.
Yeah, I mean, they're undoubtedly
And they are
in the
a
right
young
direction.
team.
Yeah, they are. Like, that's the thing. It's like all of these guys are, everyone we're talking about is here next year.
And you know what? This is very similar to ASU basketball. A lot of individual talent, a lot of moving parts, though.
But this reminds me of last year's ASU basketball team more than it does this year's roster. Yeah,
Well,
it's
next
just
year we'll get this year's.
it's a team that has got a lot of talent in its starters, but like outside of that, like you said, that the depth there, I think, is something that maybe it's not lacking, but the people on the second line, both offensively and defensively, just need to. They're just not ready yet, right? Or they just haven't had that show up game that we saw later in the season for ASU basketball, where they went on that run, right? Where it was like, oh, okay, wait, we're gonna win 4 or 5 in a row. Guys coming off the bench scoring 20. Maybe at a certain point this season, ASU hockey finds that depth.
Marion Jackson legacy game.
Yeah.
Who's the Marion Jackson of this hockey team?
Sillinger.
Is he?
I don't know. No, Master Simone. Well, no.
No, because the thing is that all of these guys those are the 3 that are producing. Like,
yeah, who's sleeping right now? Oh, Mark, Ty Murchison.
Okay.
He's been bad.
Hasn't been great, especially after the first night.
I don't think he's been bad. Like, you notice him on the ice. It's just the decision
You
making.
notice Marion on the court.
Yeah, but the same thing. It's the decision making.
Well,
I think that's what he's
by
trying to
decision
compare.
making, I mean the one bad penalty. Like, I noticed him a lot being good. Like, there's a reason that Powers has so much confidence in him to kind of run that power play. But
there's a reason why Bobby Hurley had a lot of confidence in Marion Jackson to run the point guard position.
It's true as well.
I'm just reaching here. You asked me who Marion was. I have to come up with an answer.
Good reach. You got a lengthy reach too.
Yeah, I got defense.
Love to see it. They got Colorado College. Okay, later this week. It's a team that's 2-2. They're 0-2 on the road. Okay, you got to get a sweep here.
yeah,
have
you need
to
to
get a
sweep this
sweep.
last weekend though too.
If you don't sweep, do you hit the panic button?
I don't know if you hit the panic button at any point because there's still, like, you look at later in their schedule, like when you have
If you
Minnesota,
get hot against the right people,
if you beat Minnesota twice, then like, okay, that kind of makes up for.
But you got to beat these teams.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you should. You should most definitely. And yes,
Right, like ASU football should have beat Eastern Michigan.
yes,
Right?
that is true.
How many times can you split against Eastern Michigan?
Okay, this is not Eastern Michigan though. There's not
Colorado
really,
College is not good. Colgate is not
but
good.
there's not really an Eastern Michigan. Like,
Okay, a lesser opponent.
Division I, yeah. I mean, you have to win them, but again, you can't. You're not going to win them if you're depending solely on TJ to stand on his head like you did in the first night, and like he was unable to do in the second night. So hopefully, I kind of get that figured out. But
go to the games.
You can go to the games, guys.
Should go to the
Look,
games.
Game Time is the place to get your guys'
Go to the
tickets.
games or else.
Really?
You can save up to 60% on tickets when you buy tickets last minute. It's great for you procrastinators out there, and the best way to support us is by buying your tickets through the link in the description. Look, I know we got the PHNX Sports YouTube in the chat telling you that tickets are only $36 right now, but look, they're going to be cheaper if you get them on Friday when you come back in here and you click on the link in the show notes.
Or you can get them right now to be safe.
Or you can get them right now to be safe. Regardless, whenever you get your tickets, they're going to be cheap because you're using Game Time, and use the link in the description to do so.
Helps us out immensely.
you could get
Helps
tickets
what?
to
Helps us out immensely.
Yes.
to the following weekend's U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame game in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It's
Is that game at
North
T-Mobile?
Dakota. Yes, against the school that Steve Peters built, the University of North Dakota.
School that Steve Peters built. He built a school. Steve,
I mean,
did
name
not
me
like
another
that.
hockey player.
Ugh.
Name me another hockey
that
player.
was rough.
You just call him Steve?
I just call him Steve.
Tough. Steve? I hear Steve. I think
Let's
of
call him Steven.
no. I think of
Steve
Blue's
and Pete.
Clues
Yeah.
when I hear Steve.
Professor Peter?
Pete? Well, he's not a Peter though. He's a PT because he's Peters.
Okay.
Professor Peters works.
Yeah.
Peter? Yeah,
He's teaching
Professor
a class
Peters.
at ASU.
He'd go crazy as like a dean of students.
Dude, Petey would be a tremendous teacher of a graduate level class.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where you come in,
Yeah.
especially because like I remember when I started grad school, how I felt, and I was just like, "Oh, this is so la-di-da-di-da." And I get in, and professors are just like, Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
What would he teach?
My name is.
Give me an obscure
Brett.
thing that he'd teach.
Hi, Brett Kerland. Like a television class, like a TRF, television, radio, film.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
psychology.
Or like and like the school of like
Hard Knocks.
Human dynamics or something like that. He would teach
School of human dynamics.
He would teach like a coaching class.
I feel like PD would be great at teaching teachers how to teach. No,
I feel like he would.
No, because then like elementary school teachers would be like, "Fucking who cares?"
It's fucking K, buddy. Hey, the kid's gonna hand in their assignment. They're gonna be like, "This
HK
is money."
Yeah. HK, buddy, go to the bathroom.
He's him. Steve Peters is him.
He's him.
Also, Burrito Express is him. Right? Did we decide if it was him or them?
It.
What? Little voice crack?
Little voice crap.
I
was gonna let you skate on it.
Burrito Express is them. I had Burrito Express this morning.
I got a burrito waiting in the fridge.
And look, I'm gonna tell you the one downside to Burrito Express, okay, that they're not gonna tell you on any other show, but I'm gonna keep it real. The worst part about Burrito Express is that if you only get one, you always want a second one, literally 5 minutes after you're done.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. That's the hardest part about getting Burrito Express is I want to order two. But they're
hefty.
Hefty burritos.
I got one with extra bacon today too.
Oh, that's the move. Adding stuff to one burrito is probably the move. Because if I get two burritos, like even if I go into it with the plan of I'm gonna get one for now, one for later, I'm gonna eat the second one shortly after eating the first one. And then
I had very good self-control when we were watching the Pac-12 games a couple weeks ago.
You did.
I did not. My second one
Also,
was
shout out Burrito Express. Finally got our Burrito Express stickers.
Got them stickers though.
I love this. The B.
We are BE Burrito Express.
We are Kachina wearing.
Look, guys, our friends at Burrito Express have a sweet special going on anytime Daniel Ngata finds the end zone. You guys are going to be scoring $4 burritos the day after ASU at Stanford this weekend. Sounds like a beautiful time for Ngata to help everybody get $4 burritos. We'll see what happens. So.
What's that in this game? 4:30?
No, it's at
that's Colorado game.
One something
this is
our
at
time.
1.
Yeah.
Hey.
Come here early.
Shout out the people that schedule games, not making the Colorado game a Pac-12 after dark game.
The best part about having a mediocre team is that you don't play primetime games.
Him and I were talking about they should send him to London.
Make that shit at 6 a.m. Let me wake up early, get
Johnny,
that right out the way.
Totally cheated on Guess the Lines. We were going over who the Jaguars playing somebody bad.
Next week?
Yeah. It's somebody weird.
I think it's Denver. No, the Jets play Denver. I don't know who the Jags play next week. Let's see. Maybe the Giants?
They play.
Yeah, the Giants sounds right. Yeah, the Giants.
New York Giants.
Yeah.
So
Emma said, okay. Emma said Giants at Jaguars. And I was like, this is tough. And he goes, London game, like, I don't know, da-da-da. And then he was like, you're up first. And so I go, neutral site, Giants -2.
Yeah, I was going to say -3, yeah.
And then Emma goes, Jaguars -3. I'm like, is this a 6 a.m. game? And she was like, no, it's 10. I'm like, this game's not in London. Johnny was like, oh. I was like, good. And he took the point on that one, too.
Just wait, so it is -3?
The Jaguars -3.
Oh.
Jags are the favorite.
Because they're at home. If it was neutral site.
I would have, if them at home, I would have made it a pick.
No, it's not in London. It sounds like a London game.
It is. Giants Jags is
I think
the
that's
London
the line.
game.
Hold on, let me check.
It
I'm
is.
pretty sure that's
The Jags are the official team of the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And yeah, Giants just seem. I'm
Yeah,
shocked.
Jaguars
I would have.
But that's
neutral
100%
site-
a game though that the Giants are gonna lose because it's.
I'm not shocked. These two teams, talent-wise, I think are even. Like the Giants' personnel is not good.
No, but they find ways to win football games.
I would have had it closer to a pick 'em.
It is a pick 'em, but the Jaguars are at home, so they get 3 points.
Okay, yeah, I would have had, like you said, neutral site Giants. Yeah. What are we doing? What was this an ad read for?
It wasn't an ad read, I don't think.
But the line's on DraftKings.
What were we talking about? How did we get here?
We were talking about Burrito Express.
Oh, London. How the Colorado
yeah.
we played in London.
Wow, that's my favorite part of going like totally off the rails. Is we can
trying to work your way
back.
Put the minecart in reverse.
Yeah. All right. Last thing before we get out of here, I think this is going to be an interesting discussion at least. So we saw a TikTok, or I saw a TikTok over the weekend.
I as well saw it.
Of
I did not
people
see it.
drafting the best second bests. Okay, so like
The
Pepsi to Coke.
the number one pick was Yahoo to Google.
Yes.
Yahoo sucks.
Yeah, but
I want nothing.
It's the
You gotta go
only
Yahoo or Bing.
Yeah, it's the only viable second option.
I'd use fucking whatever Safari's big. I'd use literally use.
I think Safari is.
I think it's Bing.
Yeah.
You'd use Bing over Yahoo?
Oh, I have my homepage that is Google and Safari. So,
But like that's what we're talking
I would not. I mean,
Trenton Bourget, Emory Jones, you know.
I don't think that's a good pick because I want nothing to do with Yahoo. It's not.
Okay, so where would you go? Like, what are some of your best second
Initial
best?
reaction is Derek Jeter, the second best shortstop on his Yankees team in the early 2000s.
No, Safari is Google.
Oh, it is? Okay. I think they were at one point Bing or Yahoo or something. I don't know how many people
Instagram Reels to TikTok.
Oh, that's a tremendous
that's a good
one.
Or
Yeah.
is Vine second?
So what's
Vine
the
to
question?
Vine doesn't
Are we
exist
just
anymore.
are we just naming second best thing?
Yeah,
Or
just let's have
okay.
I mean, we can draft, but I'd
No,
rather have a
no.
discussion
Let's
about
just
it.
have a discussion. I was just wondering.
Eli Manning.
That's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was telling him Eli might not finish the second best Manning though.
Stop it.
Eli
I'm
might be
just
the
saying.
best Manning.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yep.
a stretch.
No.
Eli is not the best Manning.
I mean, who had more success against Tom Brady?
Stop.
Who had more
Stop
success
it.
against
Stop
Tom Brady?
it right now.
Peyton Manning never beat Tom Brady in the
Stop
Super Bowl.
it.
I don't care that they were both in the
Stop
same
it.
conference and it was ever possible.
Stop.
Again,
Luigi
Derek
was
Jeter.
Luigi was a
Lu-
pick.
Luigi's a good
good.
one.
Daisy
Daisy.
to Peach.
Yeah.
What?
You guys got it all twisted. Daisy's.
I mean, I agree, but
Daisy is the character Shane uses. in
but
Mario.
also Luigi's better than Mario. So, but they're the second.
See, that's just wrong.
Toad
it's
to
not.
Yoshi?
What?
They're not
no
even in the
Toad
same-
slander.
Toad is just Toad.
I don't be slandering Toad.
He's in his.
Let's stay away.
He's in
Stop
his own.
it. Stop it.
He's in his own category.
Is he?
Yes.
Let's stop talking about Toad before one of you say something out of pocket.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm
I
talking
don't know
about.
what you're talking about, dude.
Let's.
Toad's just a guy.
Maybe like.
Well, he said he's a Pepsi guy over Coca-Cola. which
I
is
like Pepsi
wild
over
to me.
Coke.
It's
don't
wild
really
to
care
me.
for either of them.
I'm not a dark soda person either, but Coke is clearly better.
Strawberry milk over and then chocolate milk? No, that's what I'm saying. Chocolate milk's 1, strawberry milk 2. What do you mean no? What's 2 to you?
There's no two.
I'm gonna go out on just
You're
like
wrong.
on this is what I
Strawberry
imagine
milk's gas.
normal people think, like vanilla and chocolate. I don't know whichever one you put second there, but I don't like chocolate, so I can't do this. But
I think
would,
vanilla would go second normally, right?
I think vanilla is the greatest flavor of anything of all time, and I hate that people try to bully me into saying it's basic. But there's a reason it's the standard. It's because vanilla is everyone likes vanilla.
What else? What else were some of the second best?
He looked like she was about to say something.
Oh,
Scottie Pippen.
yeah. I mean, if we're getting real into sports,
If
with
we're
it, like,
talking that, Scottie Pippen's overrated as hell.
stop it.
He's one of the greatest defenders of all time. Overrated as hell.
U of A. Second best university.
Hey now.
No, we'll
No,
go
okay.
ACU.
Yeah, GCU, NAU,
ACU.
GCC, ACU. Yeah, it's a good one.
ECC.
SMCC.
UTI.
UTI.
Universal Technical Institute. Don't play with me. I'm not making shit up.
What did I say?
I
don't
don't
really
know.
know.
TCU. I don't know what you said.
NAU maybe. I don't know.
What else?
Maybe I was talking. Maybe he's offended about the milk.
PlayStation.
Xbox is second to PlayStation.
See, I don't want to get into this right now.
That's literally-
Beats by Dre to AirPods.
Apple Music to Spotify.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't want to get into that either.
Yeah, but you're right.
Oh, the Scottie Pippen thing. Sorry,
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Well,
you.
I don't want to get into this right now.
Thank you, Coach.
Shane's literally like, I don't want to get into
But
the
it's
segment
just
that we're talking about.
He didn't will Jordan to victory. He's not the reason why they won championships, and everybody cites him as that. He isn't.
I mean, they wouldn't have won it without him.
Yeah, they would have.
I mean, you look at all the cities with franchises in multiple, like Chargers.
Oh, Canada.
Excuse me?
I think Mexico over
Just said
Canada.
that because whoa.
What? Excuse me?
I mean,
Wait, Leah doesn't like Mexico.
oh,
Leah?
Leah.
Whoa.
Don't cancel my words.
Wow.
canceled.
Leah to David as producers.
Are you?
No.
David to
I'll get up and walk out of this
Derek
room
to
right
David
now.
Carr.
There
Yes.
you go.
Wait.
Ooh, Chad Henne to Patrick Mahomes.
What do we? Oh yeah, I mean, Coach Evan B is we're going where I was. You go to all the Angels to Dodgers, Mets to Yankees, Jets to Giants. What other Islanders to Rangers? I'm trying to think. Yeah, Clippers to Lakers, even though the Clippers are better right now. At this very moment, the Clippers are a better team.
Call
Quebec
the Espo.
to Ontario. Wow, go say that to their face.
Yeah.
They can watch the show. If they're watching the show, then they'll come in here and yell at me. But until then,
Jed Fish or
Whoa.
Tommy Lloyd to Adia Barnes.
Mm.
Queen. Bobby Hurley Jr. to Bobby Hurley Sr.
Herm to Aguano.
Now, so we're doing second best,
Yeah.
not worst to best.
Oh,
Todd Graham to Aguano.
oh God, that one's tough.
This is a fun topic.
That's what
Literally
I'm saying.
any other beer to Four Peaks,
That's true.
Yeah, I guess they're all second.
but they're not best.
Well, let's talk about the best. The best sports betting app, DraftKings. Why don't we? Guess what? You can bet on college hockey.
Any sports betting
You can
app,
bet on
DraftKings.
college football. You can bet on the NFL. And guess what? The NBA
Did you
season.
say college hockey?
I did say college hockey.
College hockey.
The
Did you
NBA
say
season
handball?
Gaelic hurling.
is right around the corner. New customers can make
Korean baseball?
any $5 NBA
Did you bet on the
money
Lily
line
World
bet
Series?
to
Because
get
I know you're not,
$200
but you should be
if
able to.
your
I want to
team
bet on
wins. You can also boost
child
your winnings
athletes.
up to 100% with DraftKings stepped up same game parlays. It's
the
simple.
stupid sport that is boxing.
Download DraftKings Sportsbook. Use
Dino
promo
Daddies.
code PHNX. That's promo code PHNX on the
Dino
DraftKings
Daddies?
Sportsbook
Yeah.
app. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions
Full
apply.
dad.
See show notes for more details. Guys, what do you like about
KBO?
the NBA season getting started this
The
week? Any
NBA season?
Any hot takes?
Tomorrow.
Hot takes. I don't need games. I just need hot takes.
The Kings are going to be good.
Are they?
No.
The
Okay.
Suns aren't going to finish.
Oh, the
top four.
Cavs are going to be top 4 in the East.
Is this where I ask you again and you say no?
No, they are.
Okay.
This is. I was gonna say that the Clippers weren't gonna do anything, but that's not really a hot take because they never do anything. Go.
Who wins
Clips.
the West?
The Nuggets.
What? Why is everybody so high on the Nuggets?
'Cause
Who are
they-
you think
They,
winning the
they
West?
were an amazing team, and then they lost,
They were a 4 seed with Jamal Murray.
and they were amazing with Jamal.
So
Murray.
who wins the West?
They were a 4 seed with Jamal Murray.
Who wins the West?
And what they do with that 4 seed?
Who wins the West? Damn it!
I don't know. Like wins the Western Conference? Like in
That
the
would-
playoffs?
yes.
Or
No.
finishes first?
Yes.
Who cares? It's regular season. Regular season doesn't matter.
Who? Oh, you're saying who?
Who finishes with the best record in
Yes.
the West? So you got to rephrase.
I feel like it's gonna end up being like the Clippers or something, and then they're not gonna do anything in the postseason because they don't.
Higher or lower? Lakers 8 seed.
Lower.
Do they win the play-in?
Yes.
Win the play-in? No.
So
You
they
don't
don't
think
make
so?
the playoffs.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean,
I think they're in the plan, and I think they win and get like probably the 8 seed.
I could see them maybe being the 8 seed and then losing in the play-in. I don't know.
They're going to trade for Penny Hardaway.
Really?
Yeah.
Um,
They need to get. They
Is
need.
Penny gonna play?
They need to get older. They need.
I like
veterans.
that there's parity. I have no idea who's going to win the championship though,
The East sucks.
It's going to be the
It's
Warriors.
just the Bucks and the Celtics.
without a coach.
What
And
the
Cavs.
Sixers?
No, the East is fired.
What the Sixers?
The NBA is kind of
The
electric
West,
right now.
The West is weird.
And you know who never gets brought up
Oh,
in this
you know what?
conversation? The fucking Memphis Grizzlies.
When did the Knicks play?
Stop it! Don't even.
Oh, we're going to
Stop it.
Marcus Smart under rebounds, baby. Can't wait to start betting on those.
New York Knicks over under.
Knicks' first
10th.
game is Wednesday against the Grizzlies.
Do the Knicks make a playing game?
Let's find out what the PRA is right now.
Wait, I want to check Marcus Smart's under rebounds.
guess his PRA right now. I'm gonna guess. I haven't
Who?
looked yet.
Yeah.
39.
I was gonna go. I was
That's
gonna
pretty
go
good.
37 and a half.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Those are really good guys.
I was between 37 and 38.
I'm gonna go 40.
Okay.
Flat?
I'm being
Oh,
optimistic.
he prices righted me.
Yeah. I undercut you.
Okay, let's see.
37 and a half, I said. Yeah, I don't know what to expect from the NBA
Dude,
this year.
PRAs just fire me up.
Listen, I don't think you should be out here sleeping on these. And you also know who still exists?
Oh, it's not available yet.
You know who still exists?
Oh no, it is 35 and a half.
Oh, wow.
You know what you
Over.
can get? Marcus Smart under 4.5 rebounds.
You know-
baby, let's go.
Who still exists is the Brooklyn Nets, which I
yes.
know we have no reason to believe that they're going to do anything good, but they still are incredibly
I was
talented.
kind of okay, and then I saw that video of Ben Simmons, and I can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
of
he's
him
bad.
of him at the charity event going.
He's bad at basketball.
Have you seen
Yeah,
that?
we don't
Yeah,
need
he
him to
airballed.
shoot ever again.
He airballed.
Have you seen that, Shaun?
No.
Oh, he airballed. it.
Also, you know who I think is going to be okay? The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you finally are going to allow Karl Anthony Towns
Carl-Anthony
to
Towns
be.
is one of the most overrated players in NBA
Stop
history.
it. Yes, I agree with you, but I think he's going to be amazing this year because why is Karl Anthony Towns so bad?
Look at Ben Simmons take a shot here.
I'm
Ready
scared.
and
Oh, okay, that doesn't mean anything to me. That's a little fucking flick.
You're in the NBA.
Karl Anthony Towns is going to be really good this year.
Why do you think that?
Because Why? His biggest problem is that he's a 7-footer or whatever.
No,
who
his
has,
biggest problem is he's soft.
Exactly. He has no interest in being a center.
And so less floor spacing is going to make him better.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to be a center anymore. You have Rudy Gobert now. Him being allowed to be a shooter like he's always wanted to be and it doesn't have to be playing down low, I think is going to make him a lot better.
This is going to be one of Cat's worst statistical seasons.
Well, whatever you want to bet on, do it on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Again, use promo code PHNX on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for more details. That is going to do it for our Monday show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back with a live show Wednesday at 3 p.m. But if you enjoyed the content, give us a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow Shane at Shane Deef, and you can follow Shaun DePaz at Shaun_DePaz.
I don't know, just a cat believer as always.
And we'll be back Wednesday, 3 p.m. But for now, peace.